Part 2. Penalties. The punishment for violation of Section A or an attempt or conspiracy to violate subsection A shall be the following. 1. A fine under this title or imprisonment no more than 1 year or both, if the offense does not instill in another the reasonable fear of serious bodily injury or death. A. The offense results in no economic damage or bodily injury, or B. The offense results in economic damage that does not exceed $10,000. Number 2. A fine under this title or imprisonment for not more than 5 years, or both, if no bodily injury occurs, and A. The offense results in economic damages exceeding $10,000 but not exceeding $100,000, or B. The offense instills in another the reasonable fear of serious bodily injury or death. 3. A fine under this title of imprisonment no more than 10 years, or both, if A. The offense results in economic damage exceeding $100,000, or B. The offense results in substantial bodily injury to another individual. 4. A fine under this title or imprisonment for not more than 20 years, or both, if A. An offense results in serious bodily injury to another individual, or B. The offense results in economic damages exceeding $1 million. And 5th, imprisonment for life or for any terms of years, a fine under this title or both, if the offense results in death of another individual. Resolution and order of restitution under Section 3663 or 3663A of this title with respect to violation of this section may also include restitution for the reasonable costs of repeating any experimentation that was interrupted or invalidated as a result of the offense. 2. As the loss of food production or farm income reasonably attributes to the offense. And 3. For any economic damage, including any losses of cost caused by economic distribution resulting from the offense. Definitions as used in section. The term animal enterprise means a commercial or academic enterprises that uses or sells animal or animal products for profit, food, or fiber production, agriculture, education, research, or testing. A zoo, aquarium, animal shelter, pet store, breeder, fur circus or rodeo, or other lawful competitive animal events. Or C. Any fair or similar event intended to advance agricultural arts and science. 2. The term course of conduct means a pattern of conduct composed of 2 or more acts advancing and evidencing a continuous purpose. The term economic damage means the replacement cost of lost or damaged property or records, the cost of repeating an interrupted or invalidated experiment, the loss of profits or increased costs, including loss and increased costs resulting from threats, acts of vandalism, property damage, trespass, harassment, or intimidation taken against a person or entity on account of that person's or entity's connection to, relationship with, or transactions with animal enterprise. But B. does not include any lawful economic distribution, including a lawful boycott that results from lawful public, governmental, or business reaction to the disclosure of information about the animal enterprise. The term serious bodily injury means the following. A. Injury possessing a substantial risk of death, extreme physical pain, protected and obvious disfigurement, or protected loss of impairment on the function of a bodily member, organ, or mental facility. And the term substantial bodily injury means deep cuts and serious burns or abrasion, short-term or non-obvious disfigurement, fractured or dislocated bones or torn members of the body, significant physical pain, illness, short-term loss of impairment of the function of the bodily member, organ, or mental need, or any other significant injury to the body. Rules of construction. Nothing in this section shall be to prohibit any expressive conduct, including peaceful picketing or other peaceful demonstrations protected from legal prohibition by the First Amendment to the Constitution, although this law directly says interfering with an animal enterprise is a violation of this act. So technically, if they honestly wanted to use this law to go after activists who protest in front of stores, legally they can, because there are so many contradictions within this law versus how our Constitution and our rights are set up. To create a new remedies for interference with activists protected by the free speech or free exercise clause of the First Amendment to the Constitution. So is that why the FBI goes after people who are hardline activists who's never involved in actual animal liberation, but organized protests in front of restaurants, boycotts, occupations, blockades? Once again, what this says and how law enforcement actually enforces this are two different forms of reality. To provide exclusive criminal penalties or civil remedies with respect to the conduct prohibited by this action, or to permeate state or local laws that make and may provide such penalties or remedies. I'll make one thing perfectly clear. This piece of legislation and this law is a threat to civil liberties and to freedom and to the right to free speech and the right to assemble and the right to protest, the right to association. This law essentially gives the federal government the right to prosecute any animal rights activist of their choosing. And if they prosecute you under this law, you will be charged as a domestic terrorist. You will be charged as a threat to national security. This piece of legislation needs to be null and void. It needs to end. This piece of legislation is a farce, and it is truly one of the most vile, sickening pieces of legislation. This is the exact same law the Shack 7 were tried under. This is the exact same law Scott Dearmouth is being tried under. This is the exact same law that they threatened to try Kerry Feldman under. This is the exact same law they tried Peter Young under, and many other activists that they claimed that they were terrorists, but they were not terrorists. All they were animal rights activists and animal liberationists, and that is not a terrorist action. Fuck law enforcement, fuck the Animal Enterprise Terrorism Act, and fuck anyone who tells me that the ALF, ELF, and animal rights activists like myself are fucking terrorists. We are not terrorists. We are liberators. We are freedom fighters. Until every fucking cage is empty and every factory farm gone, we will fight. And you will not slow us down. You will not silence us. Goodbye.